Till noon to have my first coffee. It's my fault.
Hello and welcome to Eat the Damn Cake. I'm Carly.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are on episode 71. Welcome to all of our new listeners, our new followers. We are so happy to have you along for this very adventurous ride we've been on together. Welcome to our podcast.
Yeah, welcome. And if it's your first time listening, we are a podcast that breaks down fitness trends and diet culture and try to make the fitness industry a more inclusive space for everybody.
We have a super exciting episode this week. But first of all, if you listened to our last week, wow.
What's going on?
I am having a stroke, I think. We released 2 episodes.
Yes.
With 2 amazing guests. So if you haven't had a chance to check, oh my God, everything's fine. If you haven't had a chance to check those out yet, please go give those a listen.
Yeah, very, very fun guests we had on, and we've had a lot of guests on lately. So I feel like it's been a while since Carly and I just kind of got to sit here and chit chat. So
I know. So buckle up.
I knew you were going to say that, so I just went in.
Oh my gosh, where to begin? I'm a world-renowned DJ since we last talked. I'm just kidding. But Hurley has been guiding me, and you know Hurley. He is our
Sweet
beloved
baby angel
producer. But we also have Jesse now too.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
So now we have 2 producers
That we love so much.
Yes, we do.
But Hurley has been giving me some amazing lessons, and I've been badgering him on the weekends and throughout the week, just sending him so many questions about DJing, and he's put up with every single one of them.
Let's not forget Carly just on a whim decided to order like a panel, like a DJ panel.
Do people know this? I don't think.
No,
I think this
you literally
happened
just
after.
were like, oh yeah, Hurley's coaching me. Carly went on Amazon and ordered.
No, I walked into Guitar Center.
That's where you bought it?
Yep.
Oh,
Joe went
tell us,
to.
how much was it actually?
It wasn't that much. It was.
You only are saying that because mom and dad listened to the podcast.
No, I'm actually saying it was not. That was the cheapest one.
But what do they usually go for?
$250.
That's the cheapest?
No. That's the one that Hurley originally told me to buy. It was $250, and I was like, I can't really swing that right now. Your girl is hurting.
When I tell you,
Your girl,
guys, mom and dad walked in from their trip from Arizona and just saw it like out on the counter.
and they were like, "Don't tell me you spent money on that."
They literally like both were just looking at the ceiling being like, please don't tell me how much you spend on that. And Carly's like, it literally wasn't that much.
It really wasn't. But also, I have an end game. I have an end game.
This is what she justified it with.
I said, just wait until I get a gig and I make it all back plus some to pay back for that DJ table.
She literally looks at my mom and she goes, no, mom, this is literally a source of income if you think about it. She was like, this is going to be something that I can do on the side and make like a quick 300. And she's like,
Am I wrong?
Yeah. When? And Carly said, when I learn.
Okay, but Hurley said I'm doing well.
No, yeah, I have no doubt. But like me,
do you want to hear one of my transitions?
Carly's business partner and sister sitting here being like, oh yeah, like with all of our free time, she's going to pick up DJing. I love that.
Do you want to hear one of my transitions? That sounds bad.
Horrible. Sounds horrible. Why does it sound like that?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good on the mic,
really,
but
really
I'm
bad.
trying to show you all my amazing transition.
Why don't you just post that on our story later?
I posted it on my close friends, so sorry if you're not on it, but I posted it on my my close friends. It has a very select group in there. My mom's not even on it, so
wow, mom. Sorry, mom.
Sorry, mom.
Sorry, you had to find out this way.
Yeah,
but yeah. So Carly's picking up DJing.
So see you all at the Grand in September.
She's like, yeah, no. Like by September, I'm going to be opening for Hurley. And I was like,
it's a good goal. If you don't set goals, how do you expect to make any progress?
It is March.
You need to set, that's 6 months from now. So in 6 months, I could be an opener. But I just need to learn how to tone it down because Hurley said I like big room music, which means like bangers on bangers. And I need to bring it down to like house you know?
Like medium room music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even small room.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe even like dinner chic. The other night, Joe, do you want me to play you a DJ set to lull you to bed? And he was like, not in the slightest. And I was like, hold on. So I grabbed my DJ thing and I started DJing for him, but I was playing chiller music. And I was like, do you know how many people would kill to have me DJ them to bed? And he's like,
I don't think many.
I don't think anyone, Carly.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I can think of one.
I was like, you should be thankful that I'm willing to do this for you. He was not thankful. And so,
yeah. You know.
So he sucks. Anyways.
I have to talk about a show that I've been watching on Netflix really quick. And Nick hates it and he thinks it's so stupid. But I think it's so interesting. Have you seen Is It Cake?
No.
You guys, have you seen it? It is so stupidly good. Like,
what is it?
So basically, Nick thinks it's so dumb. A lot of people think it's so dumb. Basically, they have like a bunch of cake artists come on the show and they have to like, they get assigned an object to bake and make it a cake. So like say they have to cook or bake a football. Basically, they do it to look exactly like a football, and then they're in a group of a bunch of other footballs. So, like, there's 5 footballs, one of them's cake. They bring out guest judges, and the judges from afar have to try to guess which one's cake. It sounds so dumb when I explain it.
Fun.
It's so interesting, you guys. I'm
cool.
Okay, well, you have to be there, I guess, or you just have to watch an episode. The host is a little cringe. Okay. A little tiny cringe.
I can't do that with secondhand embarrassment. It's too strong.
He's a comedian, I think. I don't even know who he is. Nick knew who he was, and it
might not be a good one.
Yeah. Well, he's on the show Is It Cake, so that should tell you kind of where he's at.
The shows they are coming up with these days are really, there's something else. Like, that's a show. Is It Cake? Like, it's not like a YouTube segment. That's weird to me.
I mean, there's so many shows coming out now. Like, and a million new dating shows. Like,
I know.
I don't know. It was good. I hope some of our listeners go and listen or watch it because,
well, the lines with us, eat the damn cake.
Yeah, right. Is it cake?
Who knows? This weekend I went and saw Giggly Squad. Yeah. For those of you who might listen to their podcast too, Hannah Berner and Paige Sorbo, they're so funny. They like literally would take girls' boyfriends these poor boyfriends. Like, I would never drag Joe to that show, first of all.
Oh my God, no.
Ever. But some girl, multiple, brought their boyfriend. So they pull the boyfriend up on stage and they break him down.
Roast him?
Roast him. Like, roast after roast, just like literally break him down. I was cracking. The guys like they handled it really well.
Yeah.
They would like throw in something nice here and there, but like they were like, we're just gonna break you down to nothing and then build you back up. Like and that's what they did, and it was so funny. However, while I was at that show, I had to use the restroom, and this was a traumatic experience for me. So, just a trigger warning that. No, I'm just kidding.
I literally already heard the story. I'm like, No,
I'm just kidding. But it just brought me back to dark days. I have not been in Theater District or Chinatown since I was 21 probably. And this past weekend, I was there 2 nights in a row. So that says a lot about how this past weekend was. Friday night was a birthday thing, whatever. But Saturday I was at the show. I was at the Wilbur Theater and I needed to go pee, so I walked outside. The guy was like, oh, the bathroom's downstairs, like to the left. And I was like, okay. You walk downstairs, it's in a nightclub. I'm looking around, I'm like, oh God, I've been here. And so I go pee, I go into the bathroom.
I'm so glad you keep reminding us that you peed. Thank God. So glad. You're like, I had to pee. I had to go to the bathroom.
Well, I wanted to make sure people knew I wasn't pooping during the show. I was peeing.
I feel like people knew that.
It was just a quick pee. It wasn't a poop. It wasn't number 2. Okay, so okay, I peed. Yeah, and I went to the bathroom, and there was 100 young, probably under 20, college age girls in dresses up their anal cavity. And it was literally the tiniest dresses.
Say it like that.
The tiniest dresses. I was never really a dress person when I went out. I was more of like a skinny jean, tight top type thing.
No, you wore skirts a lot. I could all right, I'll pull up some photos.
Okay, pull them up. Go for it. Anyways, there were 1 million dresses. They were all in the bathroom, all crying over guys, like whatever it might be. And I was literally like, oh my God. And I'm in bell bottom leather pants with boots on and a fringe jacket, like a little spicy. And I thought I looked hot. Compared to all these girls, I literally might as well been their mom. Then I walked back out and the bouncer's there. And I was like, did this used to be Cure? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what is it now? And he's like, Hava, you've never been? I'm like, no. And I don't think I'll ever go now that I'm seeing the crowd that's here.
Well, this is the thing. When you went to Cure, you were probably their age.
No, 100%.
And
that's why I'm saying this was traumatic for me, because I haven't been to places like that since I was 21.
10 years now.
Maddie, I am not even close to 31, so don't you ever.
He's literally turning 28 this year.
Yeah, I'm not even close to. The last time I was at Cure was when I was 22, so it was 5 to almost 6 years ago. Okay. So it was my 22nd birthday. So in May it will have been 6 years ago. Okay, and it was just like a little jarring to be back in that space. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That makes sense. Well, so last week I haven't gone.
Wait, I have one more story.
Oh, okay. Okay. Go.
I thought you had a story, a funny one. I have one more story. So I'm going to a wedding. I'm going to a wedding tomorrow in Charleston.
Are you?
I am, for those of you who may not know.
Wonderful.
And I'm a bridesmaid, and I'm wearing a champagne colored dress that's silk. And I've said to so many people, like, I have a wide rib cage and my hips are the same size as my rib cage. Like, I'm SpongeBob SquarePants through and through. And I decided I needed Spanx. So all of a sudden I go to the mall yesterday. They got rid of the Spanx store. No one told me. I had no idea.
It hasn't been around for quite some time.
I just don't pay attention. So I was running around. I go to Lulu. I run into some friends there. They're like, there's no more Spanx. Don't know what you're looking for.
Okay.
So they directed me to Nordstrom. I bought some. I come home. I'm sitting on the couch. Never had the conversation with mom. Like, yeah, I ended up getting the Spanx or whatever. I'm starving at this point. There are garlic knots out on the counter. And I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. I can't wait to eat all those garlic knots. And she looks at me. She's like, did you end up getting Spanx today? And I go, is that where your mind went after I said that I was going to eat all the garlic knots? And she was like, no, oh my God. And I was like, that's where
I think it was just poor timing, honestly, because I know mom definitely didn't, but it was probably like poor timing on her part.
No, but it was so funny because I was just like, after I said I was about to eat all the garlic knots, she's like, did you end up getting Spanx?
You were like, mom.
I'm like, yeah, I got the type that suck you in extra. Thanks, mom.
Spanx are a wonderful creation. I have them too.
Yeah. The way Maddie worded it to me was, Carly, I have Spanx. You could have borrowed mine. I'm a lumpy bitch. That's what she said.
Well, this is the thing. I got a little extra love on me. When I wear silk is the least flattering material ever.
Yeah.
So any time, even if I'm feeling like my best, I like to wear Spanx because Spanx don't really change the way your body looks. It just smooths everything out.
Yeah, yeah. They go up to my tits, so I'm really excited. And then I also got a push-up bra to create another curve, so I'll have maybe 2 curves to me.
All right, great.
In the dress.
I'm excited for you.
2 singular curves.
That's
all right.
You're gonna look amazing.
Now on to Maddie's cray
story. So I haven't gone to a primary care in probably 4 years.
It's been that long.
Yeah. But this is the thing. It doesn't feel like it's been that long because I've had so many other medical issues. Like last summer I was so sick I was in the hospital, and then my back is super fucked up. So I've been in and out of doctors, but just never got a checkup, being hey, you're overall healthy. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Which, I don't recommend taking that long off, but I did. So it's fine. So it was a brand new PCP, and I went and I was...
Say her name.
No, I
Expose her.
honestly don't even know her name, but I went and it was all fine, all going well. Like, I am not nervous at the doctors. Like Carly was saying, she hates the doctors.
Doctors and dentists.
Like,
don't drag me there.
I hate the dentist. Don't get me wrong. I fucking hate the dentist. Like, I'm an absolute raging bitch at the dentist. And like, my mom has even told me I have to be nicer. And I'm like, I just shut down, Mom. Like, I don't
hate like the dentist.
I'm a very chatty person. And when I go to the dentist, I don't think I speak one word. I like hyperventilate.
Literally just thinking about the dentist. I hate him.
I also took 5 years off the dentist. Which I also don't condone. Which for a lot of people, they're probably like, that's fucking disgusting. And I'm like, I don't care because I hate it there. And I did go and they were like, wow.
I take
amazing care of your teeth.
I actually do. I floss every night, do mouthwash, brush my teeth 2 to 3 times a day. Like, I actually take very good care of my teeth so that I don't have to go to the dentist because I hate the dentist so much.
I'm not going to confirm or deny if I floss, but
boom, blood everywhere.
That's from The Office. But no, anyways, it's been a while. So I went and, they do all their normal like bullshit. I haven't been weighed in probably
since the last time you went to the
like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, so, and I don't own a scale, like, or
as you shouldn't.
As I should. I don't need one. So of course she was like, you're going to have to hop on the scale. I was like, my bladder is very full, but okay.
Like
I'm about to go, can I pee
pounds?
first? So I get weighed. I see my weight. I'm like, okay, well, this is why I don't weigh myself, because then I just like start thinking about when the last time I got weighed was, and we'll get into that in a second. And then she measures me and I've shrunk an inch in a year.
From your back?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm 5'6" now. I used to be 5'7". So
looks like you can't call Joe short anymore.
I'm still taller than him.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm just kidding.
He has a solid 4 inches on you.
4?
Yeah.
How old is he? How tall is he?
We're not getting into this.
No,
5'10".
Okay. Sounds good. Anyways, so I'm there. She does my height and weight. And so, first of all, I will say this is kind of a trigger warning for anyone that does struggle with like going to the doctors or have had really negative experiences. So if you have to shut this off, totally fine. But I forgot that doctors talk about your BMI, because I've never had a doctor that has done that before. Like our primary care was what our like pediatrician, when I literally milked the shit out of my pediatrician. I was like, please let me keep
until
coming.
I was till 23.
Yeah. I like was going consistently and he was like, you're too old. I'm like, please, let me find another one. He never brought it up, which I'm so grateful for, because as a kid, I never in my head thought that like I was like unhealthy or anything like that, because
so for those of you who don't know what BMI is, it's your height to weight ratio.
Yeah, it's your body mass index.
Yeah.
And I have an article pulled up and we can talk about it a little bit deeper in depth. But anyways, basically, like Carly said, it's your height to weight ratio. So it's very subjective. It's so I'll already say it's so fucking dumb.
It's so dumb.
But
it is so outdated. This was created years and years and years ago by people who like had no idea.
It was a mathematician.
Yeah, who had no idea.
A man who was a mathematician who literally wasn't a doctor. And yes, it's a very inexpensive way to figure out, like, it's a literal math equation. And a lot of people tried to argue when I posted about it, being like, but it's cheap. I'm like, I don't really care. It's not accurate.
Damaging, but it's damaging.
So, she's like, checking out my body and is just like looking and, doing the what do you even call it? Like, evaluation, if you poking and prodding. Yeah, honestly, I was poked and prodded at. She goes, so, your BMI does indicate that you're overweight. So you should probably keep that in mind. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like, rage is just like boiling in my chest.
You were probably like, okay, thank you. Whereas I would have literally flown off the handle.
No, so
I would have been like, you stupid bitch.
She had asked me what I was like what I did for a living, and I told her I owned a gym with my sister and I was a trainer and like I did top fitness classes and you know, she probably kept that in mind. And then after she told me I was quote unquote overweight, she was like, but you know, like I know you own a gym, so that probably keeps you pretty busy. And I was like,
oh, don't get me started. What's her name? Say it. Expose her.
Here's the thing. I'm not mad that she brought up BMI because like after doing a lot of chit chatting with other med students and doctors, they are required by insurance to talk about it. Like it's literally, I'm pretty sure you don't get compensated by insurance unless you check the box that you brought it up, which is so dumb and like so upsetting from a healthcare perspective of like, why haven't we dissolved this yet? But it's still a thing. And I asked all the doctors that DM me, I'm like, Ken, prior to your whole entire like appointment beginning, can you say, please don't share my weight with me. I do not want you to talk about BMI. And that can like put you in the clear and they don't have to talk about it. But obviously I didn't even know that she was going to bring it up. So I literally said to her, I looked at her, I go, well, yeah, no, I'm typically in that range because I have a lot of muscle. She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, so I
would have flipped her teeth in.
So basically BMI is like a score. Like I'm not even kidding. It's a literal fucking score. Like it goes on a scale of 18.5 to like 30.0 and above. And 18.5 to 24.9 is technically normal. And then 25 to 29.9 is technically overweight. And I was like, I don't even remember. I think I was 26. And she was like, yeah, like, be careful.
So what does she mean by be careful?
So I don't even fucking know.
I would have been like, elaborate, because I work out every day of my life. So what should I be careful about? And here's the
thing, like,
I eat well, I work out every day. So what am I being careful about?
I think this is like,
I could punch your teeth in with my single fist because I'm so strong. This
Carly,
makes me so angry.
So
I'll put the mic down.
Here's the thing. I know that I am a smaller person. So like, I am very, like, I'm lucky in the sense that I can mentally be in the mindset, like, I know that I'm not, like, and I have a good understanding of BMI and what BMI is. And I know it's stupid and I know it's not a thing. But you also have to think about people, like anyone that is plus size or curvier or a literal power lift athlete with like way more muscle than I have, or they're smaller in stature, like
way more, like my boyfriend would be considered obese.
Correct. So
with his height to weight ratio,
I think that
because of the amount of muscle mass he has compared to his height.
Right. And
so what if a doctor said that to him?
It's that. And like, yeah, he'd probably spiral too, even though he doesn't even have like a body fat percentage. I'm pretty sure it's fucking 0. But for me, I walked out in a lot, like I posted about it on my Instagram story, and I'll get into that in a second, but I posted about it, and I didn't want people to think that I was posting about it because I was like, feel bad for me, because I was like, fine. I was pissed because the whole time I was sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck are other doctors saying to my patients, to my clients. So all I kept thinking about was like this deep boiling anger of like, I know so many people that, you know, would not want that being talked about in front of them, because as women, especially, and a lot of men too, I'm not trying to say men don't struggle with this, but body image is a really hard thing as you're growing up as a female, and then as you come into adulthood, especially with social media, which we talk about all the time. So the whole time I've been thinking about what the fuck are other doctors saying to their patients, because if they said this to me when I, you know, literally told them I own a fucking gym
and have a good knowledge of what BMI is and like how dumb it is. And
imagine if I, 1, didn't know what BMI was, and 2, like, what if I have always struggled like with my weight and my body image? Like, you know, and I do have body image issues, like, but what if I was just in a different body? And they said that to me as well. Like it made me so fucking mad. So I went to Instagram and I was like, Ken, you know, whoever's comfortable, please let me know if you've had a similar experience. Like, please let me know if, you know, your doctors bring up BMI, or if, you know, when they did bring up BMI, you clapped back, because I didn't. I shut my mouth silent, and I'm pissed that I did.
Maddie hates confrontation.
I don't like confrontation.
Is one thing about
but it was
her.
also my first appointment with her, and I was like,
I would have been like, this is my first and my last appointment with you.
A lot of people were like,
bitch.
find a new doctor, and I was like,
no, that's insane. I once a doctor for my ribs, he said I should change careers because it will never get better, and I said, so should you. I don't care. I'll say what I'm paying him $400 to check out my ribs. And he's like, change careers. And I was like, you too.
I just think it's
so put me in touch with this woman. I want to go see her next time. Give her a piece of my mind.
Basically, I took to Instagram. I got like over 100 responses. Like
you are an influencer.
No. What you need to realize is I am not an influencer. I do not have as many followers as Carly, but that's how universal this experience is for people. So if you take anything away from this podcast today, know that you are not alone in the fact that this has happened to you, because I honestly didn't know this kept happening and it has been happening. But a few stories that really stuck out to me. And when I say it's pretty much a universal experience from ages like 11 and up. Like I had almost 4 women DM me and say, when I was 11, I went to my pediatrician and I was just going through puberty, and they told me that I was obese and I had to go on a diet. And
at 11?
Yep. And they were like, your BMI puts you in the obese category. And they were like, I fucking sobbed my whole way home. And then I had another person DM us and say, I didn't go to a doctor for 7 years because of a doctor saying bullshit like that to me, like about my weight. And
imagine not wanting to go to a doctor because they're going to bring up something that makes you that uncomfortable.
But this is the problem, though, with this very archaic, dumb thing. It is keeping people from going to see the people that are supposed to keep us healthy in a fear of them throwing the
term obese at you.
Yeah. And I'm like, how are you supposed to walk away, even if you do know that it's stupid and archaic, and feel okay? Like, it's so damaging to people that possibly suffer from eating disorders, disordered eating. They struggle.
Body dysmorphia.
Yeah. They have body dysmorphia. They have, any sort of issue, or not issue, like any trouble with any of those things. Like, how can you want to go back? Like, I wouldn't want to go back to the doctor either. And this is another thing to unpack, where if that happens, imagine if something goes undetected in any other health category because
they won't go to the doctor.
They don't want to go to the doctor. Like, I think, there's a lot to be said about, fat phobia and people who just make preconceived notions about people who are fat. And I think it's such a deep, deep conversation that we can save for another day, but it's so deeply rooted in a lot of doctors and practices as well, because BMI is a perfect example of something being so simple, like just a height and weight factor. But even if the eye can see that you're healthy and all of your blood tests come back normal, the doctors are still going to be like, yeah, you're obese, you're fat, you're overweight. It's just so bad, and I hate it. And so many doctors, like I said, DM'd me and was like, no, we have to. And I know it's stupid, but we have to. And I'm like, I'm not blaming you guys. I know there's probably many other doctors.
Make a change.
Well, I agree. And I know there's probably many other doctors that can handle it in a better way. A lot of people DM'd me and was like, my doctor handled it better than that. But a lot of people brought up We Fit. Do you remember We Fit? You'd stand on there and you'd be with all your friends, and all of a sudden you'd either be categorized whether you were healthy, overweight, or obese. And 3 or 4 people DM'd me and was like, We Fit scarred me. I cried in front of my friends because it told me I was obese when I was 13.
Oh my God.
And then most of the people DMing me are like, okay, I have been like categorized as this my whole life, and I'm a 4-sport athlete, or I was a Division I this, or I swam my whole life, or like triathletes, like everyone that has been like in my DMs, they're like, I literally am healthy in every other way, but then they claim that I'm not healthy because of my BMI. And it's like, why does that one metric discount everything else? And a lot of people even said, they were like, it's one of my biggest triggers for me recovering from an eating disorder and body image like problem. Like, I think if you do struggle with this, and if you find that every time you go to the doctor, this is something that you're fearful of, make sure that you prior either to your appointment or when you're scheduling it, you make a note and ask them to put it in your chart that you don't want to see your weight on your scale, and you do not want them to bring up BMI, because like I said, I did ask a few doctors and they said you can absolutely do that and they won't bring it up, because it, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to stop. Like I don't think doctors are going to stop talking about it.
What if we make it go away?
Starting, you know what? Maybe we'll start a petition.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm so down, because I just, of course, the whole time I was thinking about like other people after that. And I was like, if you don't have an understanding of this could literally throw you into a spiral. And men go through it too. I had so many men in my DMs, and a few people did try to like counter me and be like, well, you know what? It's inexpensive. So I think it's and they said for most people, it's accurate. One thing I do want to say, women have a higher body fat percentage naturally than men.
Yeah.
That's 1. 2, adolescents also have a higher body fat percentage. So why are we fucking using it on adolescents? 3 moms DM'd me and said their baby at 9 months, the doctors put them in an overweight category. 9 months, they're fucking using BMI.
Joe's nephew's a year old, and they said that he's like 90th percentile for weight right now. Yep. Like, and he's literally like, he's a baby.
Like he's growing. He's like literally, it's just, that's the thing. So when we're using something that's subjective for men and women, when men and women carry their body fat and body composition completely differently, it doesn't account any muscle mass. It's just using your mass all at
time for some scientists to step in. Get the mathematicians out.
I know. So I hate BMI.
Well, anyone that was ever curious about my rage, you just saw it come out during that segment.
That was a little scary. But
honestly,
to be a fly on the wall when a doctor says something like that to Carly,
I would, oh my God.
Carly would flip out. I don't want to see that kind of rage.
I'd sit there and I'd be like, oh yeah. I'd attack their character probably.
Good.
You know what I mean? I'd take it 10 levels too far.
Yeah.
Because I would be like, you know what? Here we go. Listen to Eat the Damn Cake, episode 71. And you don't even have to hear my rage because I already did it on that episode over this topic. So
no, when I tell you I had so many stories, and it's so scary how they were all parallel. Like,
I'm going to start a petition. I really am.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. In addition to my DJing career.
Oh my God.
All right. So we did, it's this or that, but we made it more of a selectionary type thing.
A multiple choice?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Selectionary.
And we did a preference edition because we were talking about food and how everyone prefers things. It literally started from us talking about potatoes, and Nick said, what's the best way like that you prefer a potato? And I was like, I love roasted potatoes. And I was like, but I love mash. Oh my God, I love French fries. He's like, I love hash browns. So
I didn't put hash browns.
This got us into a deep dive of today. So the first one, how do you like your eggs, Maddie? Over easy, scrambled, over medium, or sunny side up?
Always over easy.
Always scrambled.
That's
scrambled.
Oh, yes. You guys, what the
Hurley, what about you?
I'd go scrambled too.
You got what the hell? You don't like a runny yolk?
Ew.
No. The yolk is the best part.
Over my dead body.
The yolk is
the yolk be runny.
Well,
runny.
You are all missing out.
Okay, so 73 people said over easy, 72 said scrambled, 45 said over medium, and 14 said sunny side up.
Sunny side up is just, I don't know.
What about potatoes? Mashed, French fries, roasted, baked.
I said mashed, I think. I love mashed potatoes. But I also love French fries. Someone was like, why didn't you put in all of the above? And I was like, fuck, I should have. Because I love French fries too.
I said baked.
What?
Hurley.
What?
Are you
It's that
okay?
unconventional?
Yes. How many
Really?
people voted baked?
12.
Yeah.
It's the first time I'm
Hurley,
hearing
when
this.
I
didn't
think
think
of-
baked potatoes were that weird.
When I think of a baked potato, I just think of a log of shit.
No, now they're not.
What?
They look
What about
so
you?
gross.
I said mashed.
Me too, Queen.
French fries, I said, but roasted
Obvious.
is a close second because that's basically French fries.
Yeah, roasted is just fried in the oven.
Yeah. 53 said mashed, 100 said French fries, 45 said roasted, and Hurley and 11 others said baked.
Now that I'll be able to get that image out of my head.
Sorry.
How do you like your steak cooked? Rare, medium well, or hockey puck, well done?
I was that bitch that put well done and then hockey puck because I was like, if anyone votes that, I will roast you.
Do you want to take a look at the 4 who did?
Oh. Well,
Roast them.
I'm going to roast. Why did 4 people vote? Like, I was hoping everyone would say, no one would say that because I put hockey puck in the quotes. So I'm a rare to medium rare gal. Like, I honestly don't mind if it's like very, very rare.
Wow. Yeah, you did put rare.
I put rare.
I'm a medium rare. A very solid medium rare.
Medium rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, medium rare.
All right. Well, we're all good on that. No, like,
8
No.
people said rare. 136 said medium rare. 47 said medium well. And then 4 people said well done. I wonder if that was an accident.
I just don't think it was because, like, if I really went through the trouble to put hockey puck there and you still voted for that, I have some questions. It doesn't taste like anything. If you literally char it to a literal piece of poop, like I just
Once
Here we
again,
go.
Maddie, cut the feces talk. Wait, side note, quick left turn.
What?
Last night we played a
What?
game on our phones called Psych. If anyone, it's like an Ellen DeGeneres game and it's called Psych. And you download it and we played around the table, but you need your phone for it. So I just did a really long explanation of that. We had to go around and make up words for one of these things. And Roger, like, I kept shitting on answers that I thought were Roger's, but they actually were the answers, like the right answers. And I felt so bad. Like, I literally, there was one about like fecal matter. And remember?
Yeah.
And I shit on one so bad. I was like, Dad, that was definitely yours. Oh my God.
I think it was like Wordle or something. Cause like obviously Wordle was Dad because Mom plays Wordle every day and
So
he
does
just
he.
changed the letter and like, and he was just like laughing. Poor Dad gets like absolutely rashed on. Remember the time that we rashed on Roger when it was actually Joe? We were like, oh my God, what an idiot, Dad. What are you doing? And my dad took all the hate the whole game. And then we come to find out that it was Joe.
It was because it was like, what's your favorite holiday? And Joe wrote Russia, Shauna, like Russia Shona, like Russia, Shauna, like that's how he spelt it. And we're like, Dad, oh my
Like,
God.
well, Roger can't spell and like neither can Carly, but like
Neither can Joe.
yeah, neither can Joe. But my dad is notorious for not spelling things correctly and
Yeah.
like asking how to spell things out loud when he's typing something.
Yeah.
So we were all like, oh my God, it's so obviously Dad. And everyone at the tables crying, laughing, like pointing at Dad, being like, oh my God, I cannot believe you did that. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, he was just sitting there. He's like, it'll come out.
Yep. And
It'll
he
come
literally
out.
didn't care. And then all of a sudden we're like,
It came up and Joe was there and we were all turned to him. We're like,
how did you let him take the fire for
Yeah.
that? Guess you had to be there. I'm just kidding.
No, it was funny. It was a good time. All right. Preference edition. Wine. Red, white, rosé, or Prosecco/champagne.
Didn't I do a good job with that one? You only wrote red or white. And I was like, there are definitely more.
Nice job.
Thanks. Red.
Next question. White.
I'd go white.
I'm a rosé type of gal.
Okay.
I love that.
What's your favorite rosé?
Oh my god. I don't remember the name. It's in like a glass bottle. I think it's honestly God, I think it's Post Malone's rosé.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
You
in
ever
a
had
glass
it?
bottle?
It's in a glass, like nice, like fogged out bottle.
Oh.
It's very good.
Need to check
Highly
that
recommend.
out.
I don't know what his is.
We had red 79, white 74, rosé 26, and Prosecco/champagne 25.
Huh. Honestly, red, white was close, and then champagne rosé was close.
Yeah. Pasta with butter, with red sauce, plain, or with white sauce.
Someone literally DM'd me and was like, why did you put plain? That is literally terrifying if someone eats them plain.
One person. One person voted for it.
Who eats plain noodles?
I'm about to DM her.
I know.
Be like, hello?
Is everything okay?
okay?
Was this a mistake? I said red sauce because like when I eat pasta, I have like ravioli or like meatballs or something, or sausage.
I said white sauce.
My tummy could just not deal with that.
Oh,
Too much cream.
Might be an explosion.
Jeez.
Why are we talking about shit so much?
I never said that. Never came out of my mouth. I just was letting people.
Do you fart in front of Joe?
No.
Do you?
Once I did, and he literally one time, and he made it the biggest deal. He texted in our group chat and was like, whatever day it was, this time Carly Byron farted in front of me.
I've been able to like fake it for quite some time. Like one time Nick was like, what was that noise? I'm like, I think it was your foot. And he was like, oh, okay.
No, I do
I was like,
not.
that was my stomach.
No, I actually, no, I don't.
Honestly, now that we live together,
You can't hide it.
it just kind of happens. Like, you can't really hide it. Like,
Yeah.
and I used to though, prior to living with Nick, I was like, that is just one line I will never cross. Absolutely not. I will never fart in front of my boyfriend. People were like, just wait. Just wait until you guys live together.
I don't know. When I lived with my ex, I never did.
Wow, you're just perfect.
I'm elite.
You can really squeeze your cheeks.
I have a tight clench.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Like,
Anyways,
you
now that we all...
excuse yourself out of the room and you're like, just gotta go do something really quickly.
It's also easy to blame on Duke if anything happens.
That's so true.
But I never do because I wouldn't do that to Duke.
You
He's so-
definitely have.
No, I
Admit
haven't.
it. You definitely
no, I haven't.
have.
He's actually like so innocent just sitting there. And Duke farts audibly. Like you can hear it. It's like, and then he sniffs his butthole.
What the fuck?
Anyways. Okay.
Does
so-
Joe fart in front of you?
Yes. Does not hold back. Yes. And in front of Duke, and Duke goes right up and is like, Duke loves it.
I think all dogs do that. They
So-
smell shit. They smell their own shit.
Yeah, they literally love it. But yeah, I'm just like,
I'm so glad we talked about this because hopefully our listeners feel more connected to us.
yikes. I hope they don't trash this podcast now.
Oh, what do you mean? It's normal.
Anyways,
Everybody
I said with
poops.
white sauce. What about
White sauce for me, of course. Just getting back to
yeah, of
Right
course.
back to
Yeah.
the
casual transition there.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm gonna go pasta with red sauce.
Just like Will Smith and Chris Rock
Oh.
keeping it going right after. Just,
That was cray cray.
cray cray. 30 people said with butter. 135 said with red sauce. One person said plain pasta. And
Still
then
confused about that.
39 said with white sauce. So that concludes our this or that, our extended version, our uncut this or that.
Unfiltered, baby.
Unfiltered. But next week we have a guest, and it's a super interesting guest. She is a sommelier.
How do you say it?
Sommelier.
Is that how you say it? Okay.
Yeah. And she works in the restaurant industry, has for a very, very long time now. And she wants to come on and talk about the struggle of maintaining a healthy and keeping up with her lifestyle. Because I met her, she's a rider of mine on the Cape. You'll hear more about it next week, but she just wants to talk about maintaining a healthy lifestyle while working insane hours and being surrounded by drinking and food and everything constantly, and really just like diving into that industry and how she has changed her life within the restaurant industry. So that will be a super interesting one, and I'm super excited to have her on.
Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.
We got a new review this week.
I know, and it was a wonderful review, and they're a UMass, they go to UMass, and they're a kinesiology major, so shout out to you. Your name wasn't on it, otherwise I'd give you a shout out, but love you. Please leave a review, 5 stars, and DM us whenever you want. We love you.
Whenever you want.
We will always reply. We're not that big yet.
Might take us a day or two.
Because we do have 3 Instagram
We have 3 accounts, and we get a little lost, but it's fine. It's fine.
Love
Everything's
you guys.
fine. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.